Hey guys, Jay Racing here, back with another video. Today I'm going to be teaching you guys how to install the Racing Life Companion app for Automobilista 2. First thing you're going to want to do is go to the first link in the description, and that's going to take you to overtake.gg, which is the Racing Life AMS2 Career Mode Companion app. All you're going to want to do is make sure you're either logged in or register, because otherwise you will not have this blue download button. It is kind of annoying, but that is how it is. Once you've logged in or registered, you just go ahead and click your download button. An ad is going to pop up on your screen. It's going to be about 15 seconds like mine is. Alright, so now that your ad is over, just press X. It'll close the ad and it should automatically start downloading. It might come up with this virus scan failed, but don't worry, I will explain more about that in a second. Let me just wait until it downloads and I'll cut back to when it's downloaded. Alright, so that shouldn't take more than 5 minutes, hopefully. Then you're going to want to go ahead and drag it and drop it on your desktop. Close that. Minimize that. Open it, and then open it here. Okay, so this is going to pop up. There is nothing wrong with this app, but Windows will say this. And the reason being is because the publisher is a quote-unquote unknown publisher. There's nothing wrong with this. I've run it through countless virus tester things. Don't really need to get into it, but it's literally only because the publisher is unknown. So it's perfectly safe to run on your PC. So just go and click run anyways. Then you're going to click next. Do not install under program files. So this is program files. We don't want to install under there. So we're going to change it to most games. Previously, I made a Racing Life folder. You don't have to do this, but I do this because it's more organized. So then I'm going to press OK. And now it will get rid of that. And we can just click next. Click next again. And now it will just install. Click yes. If you get a pop-up, might not have shown, then we can close that, and we can delete that. So you can either open it from this or you can delete this. I like my desktop cleared, so I'll delete that later because I'm going to show you a different way. Obviously, you just open up from Racing Life by searching in your search bar, then just open it up, and boom. Now, I like to have this nice and handy, but not on here, so I have it pinned, and then I just have it placed right there, and now we can get rid of that. You can keep it on your desktop if you want. I like a clean desktop, so I like to delete it. So once you open the app, you can click New Career, and then you can enter your name. So for this case, it's J Racing. There's different backstories you can choose, and they will give you different amounts of money and fame. So if you go to amateur racer, more money and more fame. Known racer, more money, more fame. Gentleman racer, more money, but less fame than here. So you can choose any of these for being able to show you everything. I'm going to choose, I think we'll go with amateur racer. Then before you press start, you can go into your DLC tracks configurator and then select all the tracks that you own. I bought the game for $80 while it was on sale, so I got everything. So I own every track in the game. And then you can go back out, and then user manual just kind of shows you how to use it, but you're watching this video, so it doesn't matter. MS2 folder just shows you in your Steam library the game, so that doesn't really matter. So yeah, we'll just go ahead and press Start Racing Life. Now when you come to this page, there's a lot of different buttons, so let's go through it. Driver sponsor, currently we don't have it, so we'll get into that later. This is just a picture. You can actually change this by going into here and then putting in a new profile picture with the same exact name in this exact spot. You can also do that with history, trophies, and achievements for all these different logos. I'm not going to change it because I don't really care right now. Statistics, how many races you've done, in those races how many pole positions you've got, in those races how many podiums you've got, and in those races how many wins you've got. major trophies, all the different trophies you can win from winning competitions / tournaments / championships / whatever you want to call them. Driver's history, all of your races. Yeah, pretty simple. Achievements. You'll unlock these by winning different things. Pretty cool. That's pretty much it for this page, other than their Discord server you can join or their Patreon you can subscribe to and support them. In the competition tab, these are all the competitions you can join. We'll get more into this later. Yeah. Garage, all the cars you own. Finances, kind of self-explanatory. In the bank, you can take different loans. Currently, I can take a $300,000 loan because I have 15 fame. So the more fame you have, the more money you can take. So if you do a 3-month duration, you'll have really low interest and a really high monthly payment. And then if you do a 24-month duration, you'll have a really high interest but a lower monthly payment and a higher total due. That's just how the real world works. And then you can select anything in between 3 and 24 months or type it in however you want to do it. Sponsors. Depending on your fame, there will be better sponsors that you can get. And the upfront payment will range, per race will range, and then the bonuses will range, and then the goal bonuses will range, as well as the duration that the sponsor will last. So you can sign these different contracts, and they will pay you more based on like fame and whatnot. So pretty cool. Car dealership. This is where you can buy all your different cars. Yeah, pretty cool. Going back to competition, let's say we want to sign up for the we'll say the, actually that is something we'll go into. So because I only have 15 fame, if I was trying to do this, I can't do it because I don't meet the minimum fame. But if you have $280,000, you can actually buy access into the GT World Challenge. So you can buy your minimum driver fame. That won't give you your driver fame, but it'll let you race in this. On top of buying your entry, you also still have to register. So yeah. And then on all of these, there will be different prize amounts. Some races won't have prizes because they're like practice races and whatnot. But you can go into here, and if you get 20th, you'll get 40 grand. And if you get first, you get 300 grand, and the rest in between. Pretty self-explanatory there. Now, there's nothing that we can do here. We can't actually skip ahead months. And if we wanted to do this, we could like skip through to this if we wanted to. We're not going to do that because, yeah, I don't want to. So back to here, January, let's say we want to sign up for the Copa Classic B class. So we'll go ahead and click it, and then we will go ahead and register for it. Press OK. And now we need to buy the car. So we're going to Copa Classic B class. This will take us to the car, the exact car we need for this. As you can see, we have $14,000. We could flat out buy almost any of these except the Puma GTE. So let's just say we want to buy the Puma GTE. Now, we can't flat out buy it. And the other thing is, this is a like one-time race, so we don't want to flat out buy it. We only really want to use it for the duration of the race. So instead of flat out buying it and having to take out a loan, we can instead go to leasing, and we can pay a one-time payment of $1,350, and then we pay $600 a month. So let's go ahead and lease it. And now if we go into our garage, we have the Copa Classic B class Puma GTE, and we are registered for this. Now, how do we set up this tournament, and how do we actually race it? We're going to go ahead and click Advance, then click Start, and then we're going to click Set Up. So this will give you all the different stages. In this tournament, there is 4 different stages. So 4 different races you have to do well in. But how do we actually race them? That's a pretty simple question to answer, but first we need to open up our actual game. Alright, so now that you've launched your game, what you're going to want to do is go into your championship, and then click New Championship, and you'll have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 custom championships. I've already played a little bit to figure out how this all works, so I'm going to go ahead and show you guys how to set up a championship. We are doing the Kappa B Classic, so we'll just leave that selected. And then if you want to, you can change the name. If you don't want to, you don't have to. So if we Alt-tab over to our racing life, as you can see, it is a 15 AI numbers. So we have 15 AIs. And then score type, you get to choose. I like to do top 10 option 1. It is the Formula 1 style scoring. These don't really matter because you're not going to refuel. Full course yellow, you can decide whether you want to do that, and then you can change your speed limit. But then we're going to go ahead and remove that track. Open this up, and it'll show us Guyana Short. I'm definitely not pronouncing that correctly, but yeah. So we're going to go ahead and select the track, and Guyana Short. So that track is now selected, and we can go into editing. Practice, I do 15 minutes, personal preference. Qualifying, 10 minutes, personal preference. You can choose both of those. And then I turn off race 2 because you don't need a race 2 for this. And then in these session settings, some races are going to be timed, and then some races are going to be lapped in this. So if we go back to here, it says there are 18 laps in this race. So we're going to go ahead and put 18 right there, save, and save. You don't have to do 18 laps if you don't want to, or whatever the recommended amount is. That just gets it close to about 20 minutes per race. But yeah, so then for the next round, / the next stage is the Termos de Rio Hondo. Again, not saying that correctly, but not too big of a deal. So going to here, selecting it, and then editing it, laps, 7 lap race. So we'll go in here, 7 laps. Super simple, super easy, and then you can repeat that for stage 3 and stage 4. I'm not going to for sake of getting this video recorded. So then you'll just press save. This is where you select your vehicle. So going back into here, go into your garage. As you can see, we did the Puma GTE. This is the Chevrolet Chevette, so that is definitely not the right car. So we can go into here, and you can look through the different cars. Golf Classic B, not it, and the Puma GTE. So this is it. This is the right car. You can select your livery. We'll just say this one because it's cool. Select vehicle, and then click next. So now you can decide your skill level anywhere between 70 and 120. I do 100, and then I do 0.9 for this, and max AI aggression, max AI mistakes. And then yeah, you can just go ahead and start it, and then it'll put you in your first practice session, and then your qualifying, and then your first race, so on and so forth. Then when you finish your first race, you can go into your competition and then go to advance and then click start. Let's say we qualified P1 and then we won the race. So we can go ahead and click finish. Now because I already have 15 fame, this competition doesn't really matter, and that's why I got 0-0. Let's say we get third and then first and then finished. Again, 0-0, but that's because I have 15 fame already, so I'm just not going to get more because it's just not a big race. And then continuing, advance. Now we have finished the races in January. This is your last chance to sign up for more races in January, because as soon as we go into here and we click advance, now we're in February. If we go back to here, we just can't sign up for races because we're in February and this is a January race. So now you can sign up for February races, and in February you can sign up for March races too if you want. Continuing though, let's say we qualified 5th and got 2nd. Finish 0-0. Final race, start first, and of course I guess we got first. Again, we'll get 0-0-0. So if you're doing Sim Racer, you will actually get fame and stuff for this. But because I'm a little bit higher of a backstory and I currently already have a bunch of fame, I'm just not going to get any fame. We don't have a sponsor, so we're not going to get our sponsor money. But if you did have a sponsor, you would get your sponsor money each race. But we made $12,500 for winning the entire championship. So now that we've done that championship, we have no need for this car. So the best thing you can do here is just stop leasing. That way you're not paying a monthly payment for it every month. But yeah. So continuing on, now that we have, I guess we still have 15 fame. You can sign up for, I guess, this one, and not really anything else. But you can just skip ahead months and American Truck Racing Championship. It's 10 required driver fame, so you should actually make fame off of this since you have 15 fame. And it's a little higher. So if you want to, you can skip ahead to this. And if we did sign up for a register, and then we went to advance, we don't have any more February races. We just click advance, and then we're here. But then again, you'd have to go here, Copa truck, and buy one of these trucks. Probably lease it. A one-time payment of 12.5, or not, just over $12,000. But yeah, this game is pretty simple to do. Not really that difficult to understand. But if you do have any more questions that you're seeing something you don't understand, go ahead and drop a comment, or you can join their Discord right here. But yeah, if you have any questions, feel free to drop a comment and I can answer it. But yeah, I'm going to be making a full series trying to get to a Formula One championship in the next couple of days here from the sim racer background. So if you are interested in that, drop a sub, and hopefully I'll see you in the next video.